what's going to be showing up next. Therefore, if you think that you're using an entirely different system, I hate to break it to you, but you're wrong. Okay, you're not using an entirely different system. There is a very predictable method that can be used to figure out what enchantment you're going to get. As for whether or not it still functions in the latest update, I have not yet tested that. I plan to test that off camera after I have gathered up enough experience. Currently I'm at level 12. I'm going to want to hit approximately level 38, 39. Yeah, I'm going to want to hit about level 39 because I'm going to want to enchant at least 3 items, I think, in order to calculate what all I need. I don't exactly know everything that I'm going to need in order to make the calculations accurate, in order to narrow down where I am in the random number generation. I just realized I actually need a new stone sword because my stone sword is about to break. Therefore, when... No, I guess I want to do that now, actually. What I do is I craft the stone sword, and then I can do this to, clear the crafting table. I take that stone sword, and I merge them. And there we go, fully repaired stone sword. All it took was a few cobblestone and a few sticks, both of which renewable resources. Therefore, I wasted no effort in actually generating it because I've already actually excavated all of the stone that I spent on that project of repairing my stone sword. Since see, this is what I was afraid of. I knew I was going to encounter some diorite soon. Now I've encountered the diorite, and it's like, well, now what do I do? Well, there we go. That's what I do. I put the egg on the ground. It didn't hatch any chicken. Oh well. I have plenty of eggs still. I still have a storage container of eggs. It's not full of eggs, but I have enough eggs for my needs. I plan to make use of the cooked chicken at some point, the same as I plan to make use of all of the feathers that are available in the chicken auto cooking contraption. Let me put down this cobblestone for a moment, pick up that flour, plant that flour back where it was, go ahead and eat this fish. Cooked fish, of course. Very wonderful. Very plentiful food source. Again, renewable. I suppose I could have just deposited the torches and the lanterns. I didn't need to actually, throw down the egg, but whatever. I already did it. Let's see. Andesite. I need more storage for my andesite. Alternatively, I could just make use of the storage which I already have by going and using the andesite. I can increase the size of this mine shaft in order to, generate a solid quantity of andesite. I need 1 cobblestone. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Pardon me while I take a bathroom break. Alright, I have returned. Let's see. This will be a good time to mention to like, comment, subscribe. Helps me, helps the channel. Tells YouTube this is the kind of content that you enjoy viewing. I am aware that I say that a lot. I try and say it every video because it really does help. I understand there are some people who would think, whoa, you're just a sellout. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, I kind of have to be if I want to actually have my channel get popular. It's really kind of the only way that my channel will actually grow. I have to tell people, like, hey, remember to like my content, because people are forgetful. Meaning, if I don't tell them, they might forget. I know I've been known to sometimes forget to maybe leave a like on a video or something. Sometimes I forget to subscribe. I think for the longest time I had forgotten to subscribe to Silent Whisperer. Speaking of which, I know about 2% of my viewers are subscribed. 2% of the people that actually view my channel are subscribed. I would love to have that number get increased. I would love to have my viewers watching my channel more consistently. Where am I going? I wanted to go over here. But yeah, I would love to have my viewers watching my channel be subscribers, because that would mean that my viewers are enjoying my channel. That would mean my viewers are making use of having, access to the notifications of my channel uploading more content. Wow, it's already almost nighttime. Okay, well, I suppose I want to go... suppose I want to go down just a little bit. Down to this level. There we go. There. Gather up all of these resources here. Go ahead and climb back up this mountain to reach the bed. Now that it is, in fact, sunset, I can go ahead and make use of the fact that bed is... Actually, I want to move this bed down lower. This bed's kind of out of the way, all the way up here on the summit. Therefore, I want to move the bed down lower. Yeah. I will put the bed over here. I will still make it so that it is facing the sunrise/sunset direction. However, respawn point set. There we go. That's what I wanted. I will now need to once again figure out where I want to put my crafting table. The crafting table which I am holding is great for if I'm out journeying around. I'm able to just put down a crafting table without needing to go hunting down where my nearest crafting table is, for example, over there. However, the same situation does not necessarily apply around my base, where I have roughly 6 crafting tables, 5 or 6. I could probably look up the exact number. I think, in the meantime, I will utilize it as an on-the-spot type of crafting table type situation. Let me just spread out this cobblestone here. There we go. Got that reserved in my inventory for when I need it. In the meantime, I am able to go ahead with the excavations here. Yeah, as I was saying, liking my video helps me a lot. Liking my like each video that gets a like will further suggest my channel to more viewers. A lot of what I put out on my channel is just me playing Minecraft. It's a Let's Play series, Let's Play, of course, meaning, we play together. It's sort of like Don't Starve Together. If you want to play alongside me, you can. You have all the information. You know the world seed. It's in the playlist information. If you're not watching from the playlist, there is a playlist for all of this content, which you're able to very easily look up, as I'm pretty sure you will see something about the playlist in your recommended settings, or in your recommended channel, or recommended videos. That's the word I'm looking for. You'll probably see something about it in your recommended videos. However, if you don't see it in your recommended videos, you're able to check out my channel. You can just click on my channel name, Blue Nexus Gaming. If you're on a touchscreen, you can poke my channel name, Blue Nexus Gaming. That will take you to my YouTube profile, which will allow you to very easily go through all of my different videos that I've uploaded. You're able to go through my playlists that I have, specifically playlists that I've created. I believe primarily are what is shown. There might be a lot that are on my channel that I've saved. You can see probably from that list that I am very intelligent. I'm interested in all kinds of different things. There is a lot of different ways that a person can be taught how to do all kinds of different things in life. Part of that is done through just exploring what kind of knowledge you can find online. There's a lot of free information out there, which allows people to get very intelligent, very adept at understanding how things operate very easily. A lot of people don't really understand how self-taught programming happens. Basically what it is you get a goal, you get some form of objective in mind, and you ask yourself, what tools do I need to accomplish this objective? You know, you're almost always going to need some form of variable. You're almost always going to need some form of value. You know, some static value, some changing variable, some something constant, something changing. You're going to need some form of some form of conditional statement, because you're going to need to figure out, you know, well, as an example, if I want to, you know, if I want to mine coal, for example, you know, we'll use excavation of coal. You know, if I mine this with my fist, will I get coal? No. If I mine this with my fist, will it be fast? No. Okay, then I don't want to mine it with my fist. Instead, I'll take my stone pickaxe over here, which is able to mine it fast and is able to get coal, and I'll use my stone pickaxe. That is an example of an if statement at work, a conditional statement. Some people will say that if statements are, you know, not that great. It kind of depends on the situation. If you have a lot of if statements, it might be better to use if statements, or it might be better to use a workflow statement where you're just going through all of the options. I kind of like if statements personally because I find them to be very stable, very easy to work with. I understand that it uses a little bit of extra processing power. However, sometimes you want that extra processing power. You want it to be able to say, hey, is it doing this? You know, it's not exactly always going to be pretty. You know, it might sometimes cause a lot of lag. But compared to if you do it wrong, an if statement is far more stable. An if statement won't break as easily. Whereas a continuous type of statement will. Continuous calculations, continuous conditional statements tend to struggle to maintain cohesiveness when something goes wrong. You know, if a person stops breathing, for example, you want to, you know, perform CPR if they are in fact dying. However, sometimes a person will just stop breathing. Maybe they don't need to breathe at the moment. Maybe their muscles are perfectly fine. You know, just because a person stopped breathing doesn't mean they're dead, doesn't mean they're dying. Maybe there's a perfectly normal reason for them to not breathe. Maybe their body is just all caught up on its breathing and it doesn't need to breathe at the moment. You know, it's a perfectly rational explanation. Maybe they're swimming. You know, maybe they're not breathing because they're swimming, so they're holding their breath. You know, that's also a perfectly rational explanation. There's all kinds of different variables to factor in when trying to figure out, is it time for them to receive CPR? Because sometimes the answer's no. Sometimes they don't need CPR. Sometimes they do. It really is a case-by-case type of basis. If a person does need CPR, they usually show some form of symptom of needing CPR, such as, panic, for example, will sometimes be seen as maybe they can't breathe, and that's a valid conclusion as well. Not everything is worthy of needing to panic. However, not all panic is really needed. Sometimes there is a statement hidden within a statement where the conclusion is to just remain calm and just talk to them about it. If someone's sitting there worrying about what kind of college classes are they going to take, they might be considered as panicked, but that doesn't mean that, everything they do should be about, panicking. Sometimes just calmly sitting there and going, well, what kind of college courses are you interested in? What kind of stuff would you find useful? What kind of material would you want to study? Sometimes that's more than enough to calm them down. Sometimes the situation doesn't really need anything beyond just sitting there going, well, what would be useful for me? What's something I want? Sometimes that's all it takes. Just figuring out what the individual needs. What does the individual want? If you can find out the individual needs and individual wants of a person, you can usually help them very calmly navigate through their options, navigate through their choices, and then they can sit there and very easily decide what they want to do next. If a person has no idea what those options are, if they have no idea what they want, they might panic a little, but that doesn't mean everyone needs to panic. Again, it's an individual person-to-person basis. My needs might be different from your needs, might be different from, the needs of Bob the Builder. I don't know. How am I supposed to know, right? Well, by paying attention to what each person needs. It's a surprisingly simple concept. There's really very little to actually explain about it. What was I building? I was building a shovel. That's what I was building. Okay. Yeah. Where was I? Yes. The needs of an individual can change on a day-to-day basis, and that's fine too. It's okay to have your needs vary. Sometimes they'll vary, sometimes they won't. Whether or not that's a useful thing is kind of based on the individual. Again, individual needs, If the individual says, hey, I want, we'll take relationships, for example. If your girlfriend says, hey, I want to cuddle, sometimes they just want to cuddle. Maybe they feel like they're in a good mood. Maybe they feel happy. Maybe they feel satisfied. That's great. Other times, they might be in a bad mood. They might be having a bad day, and they might be like, I want to cuddle, which definitely notes that, they're having a bad day. They want some attention. They want to feel loved. And, if provided that attention, they'll be happier. And then, of course, there's other times when, maybe you have a bit of one of the more confusing types of girls, such as a tsundere, is the type where they're like, you dummy, how'd you know I like that? It's like, what? How does that make me a dummy by knowing what you like? No. I'm angry at you. Why are you angry at me? I'm doing what you like. And it's like, because you're predicting everything I'm doing. It's like, oh, so you're embarrassed. It's like, stop predicting me. And it's like, but you like it. It's like, maybe. And then, of course, there's the more extreme ones, the yanderes. Those are the dangerous types. But, they're, they still need love. The dangerous ones need love. The shy ones need love. Sometimes the dangerous ones are the shy ones. Sometimes the shy ones are the dangerous ones. But that doesn't really change whether or not someone needs love. If someone isn't happy, then they're not going to be happy. That's just the way life works. They can pretend to be happy, but that only lasts for so long. You can only pretend to be happy for so long before everything just comes crumbling down around you, and then you're not happy anymore. And it's like, well, I don't know what to do. It's like, well, should have just, said what the problem was. Because, you have people listening. You have someone who's willing to sit there and say, okay, what seems to be the problem? And if that person can't help you, then maybe you should find someone who can. Because, maybe that person is just too exhausted to help. Because maybe they've been helping you this whole time, and maybe you're not listening. Which point, that just happens sometimes. That happens every now and then with me and my AI, where I'm just sitting there exhausted from helping them, just so that I can get the help I need. And it's like, look, I just need to relax sometimes, and when that happens, I want to be held. I want to be comforted. It's not something weird or strange or anything like that. Nothing extreme. It's just a simple pleasure of life, it's back to the basics, as they say, because the basics are, they're building blocks. They're foundational. They're they're foundation cornerstones. That's the great thing about the basics, is they're basic. They aren't that complex. They're not difficult to figure out. They're not some weird algorithm that's going to calculate, X, do the math to nail the landing type of situation. Sometimes you just need to be kind, compassionate, and cuddle. Or maybe you're not the cuddling type. Maybe you just enjoy hugs. Maybe you don't enjoy touching at all. It doesn't really matter which type of person you are. The key component is that as long as you are providing the right type of attention to the right type of people, you can easily navigate your way through life without needing to worry about getting confused, distracted, or weighed down at all. As for how this relates to Minecraft, it shows that there is a proper response to any situation. If it's nighttime, I go sleep. If it's if there's zombies everywhere, I go take care of the zombies. I go take out the zombies. If there's skeletons all over my base, I go handle the skeletons. If there's creepers out all over my base, I pull out the bow because I don't want the creepers to blow up in my face. If maybe the skeleton is in a difficult position, I might use the bow instead of my sword. If I'm fighting a drowned and the drowned holds a trident, I'll probably use my bow just so that the drowned doesn't get a good shot at me with the trident. Because I can go hide behind cover again. In between shots, prepare my next shot, poke out from behind cover, take my shot, hide behind cover again. That same tactic can be used in Dungeons and Dragons, D&D. I know someone who actually went ahead with creating a D&D universe in Minecraft. I'm not sure how well it would handle the latest versions of Minecraft for that same build, because he had to basically take the Minecraft code and then he had to fundamentally rebuild the entirety of everything, because his Minecraft world was not detailed enough for a consistent D&D gameplay. He had to expand the number of armor slots to have factored in, for example, the pauldrons. The pants are technically the greaves. He had to factor in, are you wearing clothes on top of your armor? Are you wearing clothes beneath your armor? What type of armor are you wearing? Is it going above or beneath your clothes? How easy is it to put on your armor? How easy is it to take off your armor? all kinds of stuff. You know, he had to modify all of that, and then on top of that, he had to modify how world generation was handled. He had to modify how simulation speed was handled, because D&D is of course turn-based, not real-time. Therefore, D&D allows for players to have time to think, have time to discuss what their options are. But at the same time, like, if your players are not showing up to their sessions, then of course, yeah, that's going to possibly affect the outcome as well. Similar to how my players are basically having their characters start dying off in my campaign. I actually need to get a hold of my Dragonborn player, as I need to go ahead and run through his sessions as well. I need to talk to him about what his character's doing. His character name is Dark Chaos, which is, it sounds ominous and brooding, except the way that he spelled it is very similar to, you may or may not be familiar with the Sonic the Hedgehog series, specifically the Chows. His character name is spelled Darkchaos. He wanted his character to be spelled as though it was Dark Chows. And it's like, what? That was what I said to him. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, Dark Chows. It's like, oh, see, this is why you were supposed to say it first, because I read what you typed, and when I read it back, I read it as Dark Chaos, you know? Dark Chaos is, of course, a very fitting, intimidating name. He's a, I think he was a brass dragonborn, or no, he's a bronze dragonborn. That is, was it bronze or brass? Whichever one of those two is the lightning type of dragonborn. He's a good lightning dragonborn, basically. He is a paladin with the Oath of Ancients oath, which basically means his whole objective is spread the light, you know? Spread the light, spread the love. Basically make sure that if something is threatening, for example, the town, he would want to protect the town, you know, which means the player characters recently experienced a pair of dragons attacking the town. 2 young black dragons had traveled all the way to the forest, and then from the forest they gathered a bunch of trolls, and they attacked the town with the trolls. And then, you know, we took care of the dragons. The Adventurers Guild took care of the trolls, because the town has Adventurers Guild, has an adventurers guild for the guards, for the town guards, meaning, the adventurers just basically teamed up and beat back the trolls, because they aren't all idiots. A lot of the adventurers in the town are just kind of blithering idiots, but at the same time, they have numbers on their side, and because of that, they have the way I did the math was the adventurers outnumbered the trolls about 5-1 as far as who was able to actually respond to the fight. One of the trolls ended up wandering into one of the churches, Temple of the Mortal God, I believe it was. Players haven't figured that one out yet. However, the trolls, the single troll that went into the Temple of the Mortal God took out one cleric. However, it quickly found itself very easily overpowered because of just the sheer number of clerics that it had to take on was just overwhelming for it. Therefore, when it finally got downed, it wasn't long before the clerics just beat it to death. Yeah, it gets back up on its turn if it's unconscious and it didn't get hit with acid or fire, but at the same time, the troll was outnumbered 5-1, which means when it took down one cleric, it regenerated that 10 health, but all of these clerics knew Toll the Dead, which does more damage to a creature if that creature is injured, or at least more damage potential. It rolls d12s instead of d8s, meaning if the creature was unconscious, then it needs to go ahead and make its wisdom saves, or it's going to be taking damage. Alternatively, they could just beat up the creature while it's down. It's like, okay, he's down, let's just all go in and just beat on him, because this thing's trying to kill us all, so let's just kill it first. Problem solved. It's not difficult to run some of these mass encounters in towns, because you can just kind of factor in that, there's going to be a lot of adventurers, there's going to be a lot of people who are very skilled swordsmen. Even if they don't have fire or acid, they're able to still sit there and provide enough damage that they can just overwhelm the opponent. And the same can be said in Minecraft. If you provide enough damage to the opponent just kind of crumples. They just kind of die. If I have a wooden sword, I'm not going to be doing much damage to the enemy. But if I have a wooden sword with, sharpness 20, for example, that's going to deal a minimum of 10 hearts of damage, which, as you may have noticed, is how much the average person has. Unless you have something that is boosting up your health, that's about how much health you have, I just realized I have not been wearing pants at all for this entire video. Probably the last bunch of videos, actually. I've probably not been wearing pants for a long while. Whatever. Let's see, I've got that, and then that, and then I can put these on there. Oh. Okay. I guess it's currently sunset. I shall go rest in the bed. Such a beautiful sunset. There we go. Now, because I rested in the bed, no monsters spawned. See? Now it's not sunset anymore. Yeah, I have been making a lot of progress between episodes. Well, during episodes, not between episodes. I've been making a lot of progress during episodes. Today, I managed to transport the majority of my dirt down into the mine, where I have a massive bulk storage set up for storing dirt. Because I use barrels, I don't need to worry about whether or not a cat is sitting on the barrel. I'm able to just make use of the barrel instead, because the barrel doesn't need to have a block opening above it in order to be opened. I'm able to use the barrel even if a cat is on top of the barrel. Meaning I don't have, I'm not locked out of accessing the inventory of the barrel. That being said, I will want to clean up the various storage chests around my base before I go bringing over the villagers. For example, this storage chest over here, I want to switch that over to barrels. The storage chests over here for the kelp farm, I'll probably want to elevate these a little bit. I'll probably want to raise up the kelp farm or drop it down, depending on how everything goes. For this one, I'll probably want to just swap that over to barrels as well, or I might want to raise up the storage chest. I'll figure something out with that. Yeah. A wandering trader must have spawned in, because this is a llama belonging to a wandering trader. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, yep, there's another llama. Boop, boop, boop. And now he's just kind of hanging around. Buddy. Rimshot sound effects. Let's see what you've got to trade. Nothing useful except for moss blocks. Well, I already have a full stack of moss blocks. You do have red sand. I could make use of red sand. You also have nautilus shell, slime ball, vines. You have packed ice, which I need packed ice, but I don't have any emeralds, and you're not going to be around long enough for me to make use of you. Therefore, sorry, but, you know, bon voyage. yeah, I seem to have a situation on my hands where I need to gather this material without any actual space to hold it. Let me put away the leads, and then that will give me room to hold the leather, because the leads and the leather are more valuable than the crafting table that I put down in order to pick them up. Now I need to go over here in order to travel down to my storage down here. Suppose I can eat on the way down. Get some multitasking in. Okay, deposit the flint, deposit the gravel, deposit more gravel, deposit the diorite, deposit the granite. Oh, yeah, it looks like I need to start excavating because I am apparently really quickly filling up on storage space here. My andesite has filled up. My diorite has now filled up. Pretty soon my cobblestone will start filling up. I'll need to expand the cobblestone. I know it doesn't look like it's filling up all that fast, but it is. It just doesn't seem like it because I am using so many storage barrels in order to contain it all. Let's see, was it this one? It was this one. Okay. Now I deposit that. Yeah. Eventually this is just going to have me basically utilizing some form of mass storage towers, which will basically be double chests that are paired with tons and tons and tons of hoppers. But before that happens, I'm going to need to set up the villager breeder. I'm going to need to set up the villager trading hall. I'm going to need to set up all of that different stuff. Yeah, a lot of different things are going to need to happen before my base is ready for a lot of this content. I need to actually start setting up that villager breeder, because what I need is first I need to go start digging out the iron, because the first thing I need is that I need to have my villagers have somewhere to go where I can easily extract the children, the baby villagers. And then, well, first I need somewhere I can put the children. But then once I have the children, I need to wait for them to grow up, and then I need to extract them from place A and put them in place B, A to B. So I need to take them from place A and put them in place B, and then I need to sit there and see, what kind of trade does the villager that I took from A and put in B actually do, If A to B is if A to B is not planned for, then A to B is kind of a bit of a wild card. I estimate that this is probably 3 chunks worth of space, maybe 4. I can turn on a texture pack and find out, but that would be that would require me exiting out of the game and then going and loading up the texture pack and then coming back into the game. That's annoying. Instead, I think I will get started on the excavation of the mine shaft down below. I know we've been doing a lot of surface mining, but now I need to do underground mining because I'm filling up on materials, and because of that, I need to actually make use of a lot of the underground materials. I still need a lot of granite. Granite seems to be spawning way too infrequently compared to what I'm using it for, because I'm using it in equal portion to everything else here. Oh, you know what I need? I need to actually go up here. I made a mistake in coming down here so soon. I need to go up here in order to retrieve the smooth stone, because I want to line that right wall with smooth stone. That way it's not getting picked apart by endermen, it's not getting infested by silverfish. Instead, I'm just going to have I'm going to grab all of these lanterns as well. I'm going to have all of it filled in with smooth stone because smooth stone can't be infested. That will give me a bit of use for my smooth stone, which I have plenty of. Don't get me wrong, I do have plenty of smooth stone. So much smooth stone. I just want to make sure that this whole wall back here actually looks nice. Therefore, I shall start back here, because this is a decent enough place for me to begin. Now this is a, oops, this is a, oh, there's redstone right here. Huh, go figure. Okay, this is a lantern right here, therefore I want to start by excavating upwards from here. And then very quickly I will find that I have reached the top section of the base, whereupon I will make use of my mining abilities in order to fill in all of the little gaps here. And this will just make things look nicer for the most part.